Here we are.
Oh my God. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Because of Fergie, where we nailed our intro here because we're professionals. Let's go.
God.
We hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday. Thank you for coming and being with us. Oh, I'm so proud of us right now. As you can see, I am here, your host, Jarrell. Miles is here, your other host. And then we have the wonderful Zaydee back with us again.
Hi.
Wonderful, wonderful Zaydee. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much for pulling up again.
Of course. It's fun.
Oh, man. How's everybody's week been going, though?
It's cold.
Yeah, it's
I'm mad.
warm. It's pretty ghetto out. I went outside to go get a Red Bull and in shorts, and I regret that decision in my life.
Uh-oh.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. Don't you do it.
What? What's an uh-oh? Did it start snowing in Texas?
No. Sorry. I had the event as unlisted on because of Fergie. So...
Oh my God, Miles!
No, we're live. We're live. We don't have to change anything because I could just do that here. Now we're live on YouTube and Facebook. Nailed the intro. Yes, we did, Josh. We did nail the intro.
What is
also
cracking?
Notice chat is working just fine.
Hey, look at this.
Look, everyone can see chat. We have updated. We have upgraded. I am so glad people are here. Thank you.
What up, Quentin?
Hello, Quentin. Thank you from the tube. Thank you for watching from the tube. This is just our time to vibe. I was gonna answer your question about how my week's been. So it's been fucking beautiful out here. This is my favorite time of the year, which is fall. Second favorite time of the year, spring and fall. I don't really give a fuck about winter and summer. Spring and fall.
Some real hating that shit right there, but okay.
It's been like a nice, like I had the windows cracked for a while, or pretty much like all week, just because it's been like 60 to like 70. Beautiful. This is why, look, I deal with 100-degree summer so I can have a decent fall and winter. That's all I'm saying.
Weren't y'all didn't y'all? Oh, go ahead, Zaydee.
Ain't nobody tell you to move down there for that 100-degree summer though, so it's fine.
Yeah, but no one told me to live in Minnesota either. So
that's a very good point. That was a really good counter.
It's still better here. Yes, it is. Yes. I'm not moving to Texas ever. Okay.
That's fine.
Oh, no,
I don't advocate people to move to Texas.
Good.
It's cool. Good. It's strange down here. But to move out of Minnesota, yes. You trying to get more views on YouTube or Facebook, or it don't matter? Oh,
don't matter.
We just don't matter. We just love you. If you're subscribed to YouTube, that's amazing. Texas usually doesn't have this nice of autumn.
Yeah, so why are you lying?
Wait, what?
Why are you lying?
I'm not lying.
So Texas is just not nice. That's all I got from that. That's what I'm going to jump to, all right?
We only have this for fall, like for 2 weeks. No, it's cool. But
how cold is it?
I don't know. So last year was a kind of a record-breaking cold. I think. I don't know.
I understand.
Well, did it get down to 40 degrees?
No, it froze down here. It was like 5 degrees, and people were without power. And
I remember that. That was
super. I was one of those people without power because our transformer blew, so we didn't even have rolling power. We just didn't have power in 5-degree weather.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Texas is not good.
Look, it has its faults.
Nah, that was bad. When I was reading,
oh no, it was terrible. People were dying.
Horrible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, Texas, why don't you care about its people? We don't have that in Minnesota. Well, when it comes to, that. There's
just
other
remember
ways.
when we were having the 5-degree weather, you guys are having like -20s. You guys just had the infrastructure to handle it. We did not.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
So,
much.
today's a very special day, everyone.
Why?
And I realized this morning. I knew it was coming up, but I didn't realize it was show day, like the day of the show. Somebody's about to facepalm. But today is my Sexiversary.
Oh, okay.
What?
What the fuck is that?
What do you mean? What is that? Like you just
Day you
have
lost
it?
your virginity?
This is the
It's
day you
the
lost
anniversary of when I lost my virginity.
Why do you know that?
Because it is a very weird time. November 11th, and I lost it at 11/11.
Oh, you shot for that wish.
You were looking at the clock?
For that wish.
You were watching the clock the whole time, friend?
No. It was more like if we're getting graphic, I stuck it in, and then she was just like, "It's 11/11. You made your wish," and I'm like, you know what?
That did not happen. That did not happen. That did not happen. I refuse.
You don't have to believe me. You
Nah.
don't have to believe me.
That is not. This is your life a rom-com or
I wish.
like
No, I don't. No, the rom-coms are weird. What in the world?
You did not just get on Beyonces Internet and say that, bro. That's what
Beyonce's Internet now? Look, it happened. It was at 11/11 on November 11th. 11/11/11/11. Of course,
How
I'm
old
gonna
were you?
remember that.
11.
See, this is the part that fucks me
I was
up.
gonna say
I don't
11.
remember if I was 15 or 16.
You got everything else down.
I was gonna say
I know, right?
the minor details.
I don't remember that detail. Like, I don't remember if I was 15 or 16.
In the long scheme of things, it really doesn't matter what age.
No.
Because it's still the 11/11, but that's weird, man. So, what is that? Oh, man, you're in double digits now because you're what, 37?
31, you asshole.
I thought he was 45.
Oh, really? You know, that would make you also 44.
Mm-mm.
Nah, Zaydee was just smarter than everybody. That's how she got to school with you.
So I was super dumb.
Yes.
So that
I
I was
wouldn't say
about,
dumb.
I was
Wouldn't
about
say
like
that.
14,
You were
15.
average.
Was I about 14 or 15 in kindergarten then?
Yes.
Because we went to kindergarten together.
It was first grade.
It was kindergarten.
It was not kindergarten.
Are you sure?
Yes. I went to
Okay.
kindergarten in St. Paul.
Okay,
It's a
then
magnet
first
school.
grade. Look, I guess your
first
memory is
grade.
better
First
than
and second grade, but you were a grade older than me, weren't you? Weren't you in second when I was in first?
How old are you?
I just turned 30 on Sunday.
It may be.
Oh, hey, happy belated. I turned,
I did wish you a
29
happy
last
birthday,
week.
so.
Nice.
No, you didn't, Miles. No, you didn't. Just kidding. I always deactivate my Facebook when I have a birthday, so I don't have to respond to the thank yous.
Oh, that's why you deactivated. Wow, that's some villain type shit.
Why you don't like your what? What
Just
villain shit is
okay,
that?
it just takes too long, and then if I don't say thank you, I just feel like I look like a brat. So then I just get rid of the problem completely, and then I don't have to respond.
Oh yeah, definitely not a brat if you just like delete your Facebook account, just like
It's fine.
deactivate.
It's just people
Why don't
saying
you
happy
just-
birthday because they see it pop up on their notification, not because they actually know it's my birthday. The people that know it's my birthday contact me personally with a phone call or a text, and that's all I need to respond to.
Why don't you
I
just send out the big hey, like a day or 2 days afterwards, saying out, hey, thanks for all the birthday wishes, everybody. I appreciate you. It alleviates all that pressure.
Because I didn't think about that. To be honest, completely slipped my mind.
Oh, she's a brat.
Speaking of Facebook and things on Facebook, Zaydee, I have a quick question for you. And this is also to most of the women in the chat. Saw Dajanique in here. Lori, how are you? What up, Chris? Chris, you're not a lady, but Chris, I just wanted to say hi to you. But quick question, Zaydee.
Yeah.
Say there's a young gentleman that you have befriended on the Facebooks, right?
Okay.
And this gentleman has expressed interest in you, but due to your current situation, you either do not reciprocate his interest or you're just not into the thing that he's interested in as far as that relationship wise goes, right? So say you post a picture, right? And you look 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
and he comes in and he gives you the like and the thumbs up and everything like that, or hearts it or whatever. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. All right. Mouse, any rebuttal?
You know what?
Wait.
You know what?
Do we overthink this shit or what?
I didn't need to be shot 10 minutes into the show.
You are the one saying I got shot. You could have just got shot.
You know what? You're
Is
right.
that what you mentioned my profile picture when I first tested out?
No, Zaydee, this has nothing to do with you. You were just a woman, and I had to. This has nothing to do with you.
That's very ironic, then. That's very ironic.
Oh, but that is ironic, though. That is pretty ironic. But it was just.
So
it was just
I can't.
It was just me having a conversation with my friend. But the floor is yours, sir. Please, whatever you want to say, go ahead.
Well, I want to say you didn't shoot me in the face because you never outright said it was me that was the problem. It was just me and you looking at each other and you just like slowly stabbing me. Being like, And no one else saw it because it was behind me. It was behind the back. Like you hugged me and just was like, and everyone only saw like your back getting hugged. So it looked like you loved me, but it didn't.
You can't be the victim.
I am exactly like Jarrell. I would have done the same thing.
You can't be the victim all the time.
It's exciting.
Look, all right, so I have no rebuttal. He pointed out that I liked someone's picture after
Did you give me a like? Let me see. I ain't seen nothing on my notifications. Hold on. Let me see if you even like my picture.
I promise it's not you, and
it's not you.
Did like your picture.
It's honestly
no matter. Why didn't you like my picture?
Did I not like your picture?
I don't know.
I mean, your picture is just you in high socks and thighs. Of course, I liked it. But this wasn't about you this time. This was about somebody else. I liked their picture.
Oh yeah, you did. It's okay. I found it.
Yeah. See?
Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
I liked someone's picture after they essentially shot me down. They just basically said, "Hey, I'm already taken," and I'm like, "Okay," and I just left it at that. But I liked her picture, and Jarrell's like, "Nah,
shut that shit down, man.
Shut that shit down." Apparently, I shouldn't give any energy to this.
None whatsoever.
None.
Unless you're okay with being where you're at. Shut that shit down immediately.
I mean, for me, I just do it like automatically. If I just like a picture, I like it. I guess I don't overthink what it means. Like I've never had anybody be like, "Oh my god, you like my picture?" Like, what does that mean? Like nobody's ever done that. Like if I just like it, I just like it.
Thank you, Zaydee.
Like it's just like I'm scrolling. Oh, I like it. Oh, I'm scrolling. They look good. Like that's it. I don't know. I don't think about it. Should I be?
But no, not. If you're just going about life and living life and you don't want any romantical or anything elevated with the person who's like you're liking, you're just okay with the relationship that y'all have, whether it be friendship or strictly platonic or whatever the fuck, that's fine. You're more than welcome to just continue to live in your life however you want to live your life. I support that. What I don't support is when you want more and you're giving more and not getting anything back.
And then you drop a like?
Huh?
And then you drop a like if they're not reciprocating and you like it, they don't deserve the like. Is that what you're saying?
You get nothing. All right. We are a dry well over here. Once I express that I want you and you say, hey, for whatever reason, again, it doesn't have to be with malice in my heart. It could just be, hey, this isn't the right time for that person. And I accept that. But I know for me personally, anything gets shut down. Interactions, all that shit until I figure out either am I okay with just being friends and having this platonic relationship with you, or do I actually want more and now I need to get over how much more that I want?
Oh, you get salty.
Is that salty? Yeah. You think that's salty?
I told him, I'm like, that's petty. That's petty. Because like you're like the way you put it to me was like, go get that like from that other nigga. And I'm just like, that sounds petty.
Yeah.
That sounds super petty.
Because wait a minute, hold on, Zaydee. Now, if the nigga you liked ended up sending you the heart and the like and everything, you're gonna be like, oh, this is dope. Correct?
I mean, my mom does it, so what's the difference? I guess I don't overthink it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just you just hit a button and whatever. Like, I don't know.
perfect.
I'm not a part of
not
that.
the action, it's the intention behind the action.
Maybe
I
like
love
my
editing.
sister would think something like that. Like she's 7 years younger than me. Like she might take more to like that. But I guess I just don't weigh it on that. Like unless you specifically interact with me and something else happens like that, I will hold on to. But not a like. If the person I like happens to post something after they shut me down, it doesn't make them stop looking good. So why would I not like their picture?
Right. But listen, you're not. I agree with you with that. However, fuck all that.
Oh,
Fuck all that.
That's it. Fuck all. And you get nothing from over here. We shut every operation down. What? Because I just don't get it. Would you go to I don't go to work if they're not paying me. I don't go out somewhere if I'm not finna have fun. Like, why am I doing something? Again, if you're not conscious of the action and you're just doing it to do it, that's a whole different thing. But you have an intent, or at least Miles had an intent behind him doing something. So that's why I'm like, slow down, homie.
I don't understand. So you go after this person, you like them, and then all of a sudden you just stop liking them once you get shut down? Like it's immediate like that? Like you're just done?
Yeah.
Like in your head, the whole setup of liking this person just disappears.
Well, all I did was create a fantasy, and then the reality of the situation came to my face. So what am I do? Live in this fantasy? No, like, reality time. We gotta go find somebody else.
Bad person automatically. Like they just said nah.
I never said they were a bad person. They're just not the person for me.
Ooh, I like Lori Ann's comment. Thank you.
Yeah, then why even stay friends on the platform if you aren't going to interact with likes and shit?
Great question.
Yeah.
Great question.
Ask
me how many exes I have on my Facebook. Go through all of my Facebook pages and see how many women who I mess with who are still there. They're not. They're gone. You get out of here. Scat out.
Well, why
you weren't really
even exist?
You said what?
You're not even friends.
That's not true. I've been friends. I definitely would say I've been friends with a lot of girls that I've been interested in or dated. But all that shit stops when the relationship that we had stops.
But like, say you're friends with someone, and then you develop feelings, and then like they're like, "No, I just want to stay friends." You're like, "No."
Conversation has to happen. Right, and I said this earlier. I said a conversation has to happen where am I okay with our relationship staying here and being strictly platonic, or do I need to remove myself from the situation and go figure out what my next move is? Usually, I'm not okay with being your friend after I develop feelings. So after that, if it's not going to develop into anything, it's been real.
Damn. Okay, bro.
Hell is cutthroat. Dajanique ain't never lied. I mean, yes, she has on some things, but we ain't gonna talk about those.
That's though.
I don't believe in giving energy to things that don't give energy back to you, like in any way, shape, or form. I never understood that or anything.
But why is a like an energy? Like it literally, you just and that's it. Like it just like as a part of your day, you're scrolling, and you just hit, and that's it.
You ate food to gather the energy to scroll your thumb up and down Facebook and then lift it up and to put it on that thing. And
do you believe in second chances?
I very much do. But what is the second chance in the situation? Are they coming to me after they decided that their feelings changed? Well, now we got to have a different thing. Now we got to start the process all over again.
If that's your process, that's your process. I ain't gonna judge. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't think it's that serious. It's not that deep for me, but yeah, like I don't know. I don't pay it no mind. Like likes and comments have never really meant anything to me. Like it's like I said, I adhere to personal conversation and interaction. Pictures and likes and comments, I don't care about. I'm like, it's social media. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything.
It means
like I told Jarrell when this first happened, I said, I don't think likes are energy. I think comments are energy. That's me taking time out of my day to leave a comment that I expect you to read or something like that, to do all this. I'm not doing that. I hit one button and scrolled further.
Real quick, can you read Dajanique's comment for me, Miles?
Oh,
I don't know if I want to. I love Jarrell. I get what he means, but there has been some people I fought for the friendship, and they already had set in stone that what they wanted wasn't going to happen. I wish people were more straightforward like you.
Listen, yo. In any situation, this is my personal philosophy. Any situation in life, whether it be with people, whether it be with your job, with whatever, if I'm giving more than I'm getting back, you're putting me in emotional debt. And now I gotta figure out a way to get out of my emotional debt. And why would I put myself in this position if I don't need to? When I can cut this off and then go ahead and get whatever I need somewhere else. Or from myself. That's all. That's it.
Commenting energy, you take the time to share that shit in a message, then I'm doing it because it made me think of you. I think comments are energy. To Jarrell's point, and fully listen to you.
Oh,
No, Zaydee. Zaydee dipped out. You made her mad.
I mean, truth do that. I'm just joking, Zaydee. You're wonderful.
She can't hear you at all. That's what I learned about this. You can't hear. There she goes.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I don't know what happened. What did I do?
I don't know. You closed something.
No, I didn't. It was my computer. So like, psych. Bye.
Psych.
Sorry. I'm back.
Jarrell, can you make that point again? Because I promise you I was not paying attention.
About emotional debt?
Yeah, that one.
It's just anytime you're giving more than you're getting back, you're putting yourself in debt. So why would I do that? Let me just shut this shit down and move on and figure out the healthy way to move forward past this.
I mean, I understand that in a relationship or something, but like, if you guys haven't, it depends. Are we talking like you guys were talking for months and had like personal interactions, like made out and blah, blah, blah? Or it's just like a crush that builds up to the point where you want to move it along and then it doesn't go that far?
Let's say, what does it matter? It's the answer is still no.
I don't know, because like holding such weight to just little gestures like that is a bit much in my opinion. Like, I just, like, if I like somebody and I'm crushing on them and I've had like conversations and we have the conversation, it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't automatically make them a bad person. Like, in my head, I'm not going to sit there and like cut them off. Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, why else would I sit there and like go through the effort of deleting them off social media and cutting them out completely out of my life? Like, it's not necessary. Like, it doesn't have to be that spiteful every single time.
You keep putting these mean words like spiteful and bad person. I didn't say they were bad humans. I am also saying that you shouldn't give energy to anything that is not going to return the energy that you want back to you.
So what if they like your photo back? Are you all of a sudden be like, oh my god, they actually didn't mean it and they actually want
to like my photo? Don't like my photo.
Okay, so it
Don't like my photo.
Don't like my photo.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm out here breathing real air and wanting to be with you in real life, and you liking photos? Absolutely not.
Oh my god.
Absolutely not. We could have had photos together if you like my photos so much.
I see.
If I put in energy and get nothing back at that point, you would ghost me. I agree with Jarrell Cunningham.
Dang, so look, people actually have like, yeah, I don't know. I should just stop liking random people's pictures then, if that's what it means. If it be meaning that I'm interested and I'm giving
real
energy.
Selfish with them shits. Be real.
So like, again, I don't consider it energy. If I'm like,
I don't think so.
Actually chasing it, that's energy. Keeping you as a like on good terms doesn't take energy to me. It's just like we're on good terms. We're just not fucking around. Like we're not.
Yeah, you're just both existing. Like
yeah, we're just both existing in this world that we have. If we pass each other, I'm gonna wave. But sounds like if you pass this person that turned you down, you're not even gonna fucking wave at them. You're gonna keep it pushing, and that's fucking like that's just a sad existence to me.
I don't know. I think that's giving energy to it. Instead of saying neutral, like you're giving energy by having that whole thought process. Like, no, you don't deserve me versus just like, like not caring.
Jarrell, take it offline. You walk up to a girl. You talk to a girl and you shoot your shot. She's like, nah, I can't about it right now. And you're like, cool, and you leave. You see her 3 days later. She walks by you. Are you waving to her saying, hi, what up?
She went 3 days with no highs from me and continued to live. Why? The fuck is her existence now teetering on if I move my wrist back and forth? Like, I'm not gonna play this game.
Nobody said that. You just asked a simple question, my man. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit there and like say,
no.
You're just walking by her.
No.
She don't get a head nod or none.
Why?
I would just give that weird like thing that Minnesotans do when they walk by and they don't want to like interact with it. They just give you like
what? Say that part one more time.
Like that's it.
Say that part one more time.
What do you mean?
The part where you said they don't want to interact. You didn't even want to say hi.
But because Minnesotans are passive aggressive, they kind of sort of interact. It's
that's
not like
what it is, and that's why I don't
avoid like eye contact. They just like look at you and they're like, and that's it.
That's honestly what it is. And I don't like passive aggressiveness. I don't like anything not being the thing that it is at any time. Either be straight up with me about what it is or get out of my face. That is that simple. I don't want anybody to talk to me or say hi to me if they don't feel it. If you don't have the same feelings as me, I don't want you to be like, well, let me make him feel a little bit bad. Like, I don't want people to do that because I don't do that with people. It'd be a chilly day in hell if you think that I'm about to make myself uncomfortable.
You intense.
Yeah,
he is.
Why
put yourself through that though?
It's like, not putting yourself out there. It's not doing all this shit.
It's literally not
being passive aggressive. It's just,
why even hold on to a relationship or anything that's not going to give you the thing you want?
Nobody's saying that you're holding on to the relationship. It's just common courtesy.
All right.
So like the way you're sounding, it like an example is like me and Becca are cordial at this point. If she came by, like if I saw her in the street, I'm going to say hi just because like I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna go walk over to her and say what's up. I'm just gonna wave.
Why?
And if we connect eyes, I'm just gonna do it because that's what kind people do. Because we don't have a problem. We don't have beef between us. We don't have beef between us. We don't have any problems. But also, I don't want to be with her, so I just left.
But see, my boy, you're putting in more energy towards being negative and avoiding any interaction with that person by just like sitting there and like, oh, there's that person I fucking hate. I'm gonna look this way on purpose. And I'm gonna walk
adding so much more to this. No. There's so many things you guys keep adding every time. Malice, hate. I don't hate anybody. I don't. Wait, I'm sorry, Zaydee. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't require as much thought or feeling as you're putting it out there. At least not for me. Like, if I see somebody, an ex-boyfriend, who I just had an amicable, like, breakup with, and they're walking by the street, I'd just be like, that's it. And I go about my day, but I'm not going to sit there and like, oh my God, where do I look? Like, do I look at the ground?
I promise you, I
swear to God. At them? Do I
swear to God, it's not that hard.
Cold ass face? Like, I don't
What do you mean by that?
Yo, you are.
I want to know what Chris means by when he says that almost puts every interaction in a potential bad faith transactional light. I want to know what he means by that. Because like I get your point, Jarrell, but at the same time, it just sure you don't mean it negatively, but it's
you're taking it negatively. That's you know what? We do this a lot where I say something and people are like, well, obviously you mean it to be like fuck those people. I say fuck those people. I don't mean fuck those people. What I mean is, listen, if whatever we are doing or having or interacting with is not on a mutual ground and you don't fuck with it and we can't figure out something if we have a conversation and can't figure out something amicably, it's totally okay for people to be like, I'm just over here now. I don't need to continue to put on this facade of everything's okay.
Well, that's fine.
everything is okay. But I don't need to check up on you and ask you how your day. I don't give a fuck.
You don't
if
need
I gave a fuck. I don't like. You know what I'm saying? So we're all on the same page. Now it's just how I handle situations personally. I just don't like giving energy to things that don't give energy back to me in any type of way. That just doesn't make sense in my mind because there's so many other things or people that I could be talking to that enjoy me. So why would I sit here and continue to have this conversation with somebody that's not trying to beat me on the same level I'm trying to meet them at? I don't know.
You just give him love.
Yeah.
No.
He's a puppy. He can get it.
He's just like,
Puppy.
that's his paw, sorry.
I
Just get away.
I feel like are you okay with being cool with everybody at all times, Miles?
I'm fine with being cool with people.
Are you okay?
There's some people that I don't want to be cool with. Like if I'm not cool with them, I'm not cool with them. But like if we have no problems, I'm cool with you. You can live your life. I can live my life. We can be civil people when we see each other.
It is civil. How many do you say hi to every stranger you see on the street?
No, but I won't treat someone that I used to know as a full ass stranger unless they became a stranger. Because it sounds like it's a prelude, polite interaction with people who just don't think of you romantically. I get not carrying on a friendship with them, but not being civil. You know what's rare? You know what's super fucking rare? Chris going against you. You and Chris usually agree on everything, but this time it really sounds like Chris is not agreeing with you on this one.
But that's what I'm saying. Just being civil doesn't require that much energy because that's the energy you keep with everyone. You're not making that person special, but
I think saying hi to somebody I don't feel like I don't talk to is so.
You don't have to say hi. Like you don't have to make it personal.
Y'all said wave.
I mean, I don't even say wave.
I said you wouldn't wave. I was just questioning.
Yeah, like that's it. Like it's just it. Like it's not just like hello, like how are you? It's just like like hey, what's up? That's it. And you keep walking. You don't even have to do that. You just sit there. You just like do that weird nod of just.
Yeah, if they nod and say hi to you.
I feel like these are a lot of traditions to keep pleasantries with people that I don't talk to, and that sounds ridiculous.
But that's what you do to strangers on the street. So why is it any different?
If a stranger walked up to you, if a stranger walks up to you and says hi or something, or like tries to get your attention, you're going to say something to them because you're not a rude piece of shit. So, what?
Just are we talking about just a random person walking up on me on the street?
So like if a little old lady walks by you and it's obviously a sidewalk, you guys are both gonna walk next to each other. Do you sit there and like look away and pretend she doesn't exist, or do you kind of just look at her like, hey, you give like a friendly smile and you keep walking?
I don't.
Terrell lives in the ghetto, so he probably doesn't.
What do you do?
This. Like if someone comes up to him, he probably.
If she doesn't need help and she doesn't.
Nobody's saying help. I'm just saying she just walked by you and she's just like, she looks at you, smiles. Are you gonna look at her and smile? Or are you just gonna be like?
It's 100% on my mood that day. If I feel friendly, I'm a friendly person.
I think we got down to the point. I think we got down to it. Jarrell doesn't give any shits if you can't provide him anything.
You live in Minnesota, bro?
Yeah, but I'm not from here.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. I was about to say.
Yeah, people in Philly, all they know is riots.
Excuse me, sir?
What?
Anyways, on to our next topic.
What? Okay, that's fine.
You know what it is? That's what I think it is. I think people from East Coast don't have this weird meta field of everybody.
Oh, you're from the East Coast, so you're just naturally rude. I see.
That's rude. Hold on, and that's what it is. Yo, that's what it is. Anything not perceived as being like pleasant or nice to people is perceived as being rude. Like, bro, you don't have to talk or say hi or be around or deal with or wave or help every old fucking lady. I don't have to do this if I don't feel like it, bruh. I just want to be left alone if I want to be left alone, and that is just as okay as me saying hi. That is
fine. That's what people with headphones do.
That's definitely that East Coast mentality.
I mean, people with headphones do that. When you put on headphones, it's like, yo, I'm not trying to talk to anyone. I'm just
That's
moving.
different. That's a universal signal. Like, don't talk to
That's
me.
a universal signal.
No, it's not
Jarrell doesn't
universal
need a
signal,
universal
not
signal.
talk to
He just
somebody.
walks and just exists,
Don't
and he's
talk
like,
to people
you
you don't know
fuck with
to.
me. Don't fuck with me.
I don't know.
Like-
I just don't like believe in like creating unnecessary tension either.
It's not
Like
tension.
it doesn't cost me anything to sit there and acknowledge the existence of another person, even if they're a stranger. I don't have to like go all out and like hug them or say hello. I just like hey, like that's it.
What is the assumption that every person you walk by though?
Nobody's
Most
saying
people you
that.
walk by just walk by.
Like,
Who's
I
saying
live in the
hi
city,
every 5
right? I
seconds
live in
in
the middle
reality?
of the city. So when I'm walking back and forth from my apartment to like my car or something, and I'm literally walking by people, like we usually acknowledge, we like nod our head or give that weird ass like passive aggressive smile, like hey, what's up? Like in my head, that to me is just kind of like, okay, cool. I know they're not gonna like hurt me, or they're not gonna attack me, or they're not gonna be mean, or they're not gonna ask anything about me. Like that's literally what it is. And that might also just be partially being a female, like especially men. If they just sit there and they just like they walk towards you super fast or something, and they're either looking at the ground or whatever, and they don't sit there and like, I don't know, it's weird. It might just be me.
No, you know
I
what
don't
it is? That's Midwestern shit. Is
Yes,
that whole,
it definitely
I have to now acknowledge this, and if I don't acknowledge this, this is seen as some type of affront to what we could be. Bro,
Jarrell,
it's totally okay to keep silence and continue to move.
Would you hold the door for someone? Like you're walking in your like in a
You
building.
got 3 seconds. You got
so
3
you hold
seconds.
the door. You're holding the door for someone already.
If you
You're
got
putting
3
in energy.
seconds, if I see
For
you coming,
somebody you don't know, you're putting in energy.
If I see you coming, right? If let's say we're both walking to the door and they're on the opposite side of the door, and I just get there first. Walk out first. You got 3 seconds. Otherwise, I'm pushing past you, and you get the fuck out of my way. I got things to do.
I like Minnesota.
But that's what I think that's what it is. That's what
I don't like
that thing. I don't like that. I don't like
Minnesota
this thing
either.
where everybody has to act like they're cool. If they're not cool, it's okay to not be cool.
But that's different.
But see, there's a difference between not being cool and just being cordial, my guy.
Right.
Why I gotta be cordial with people I don't care about? What does that even mean? Why am I
swear to
being
God, right?
cordial?
The one time I went to Jersey, I was walking into like one of those small little bodega stores, right? I held the door open for a dude that was maybe 3 seconds behind me. The man looked at me and said, "Why'd you do that? What'd you do that
It's
for?"
a setup. It's a setup. You're trying to get me killed in these streets, bro. I'm like, you killed. What you doing?
Like this man is either not used to people being polite and holding doors, or he legit thinks I'm gonna sit there and pickpocket him when he turns his back to me. Like what? To me, I was just like, I don't know, like you're coming in the same building I am. Why not just be nice? Like it's not even. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna shut the door on you. That would be worse. That man would have probably come like, "Why'd you shut the door on me?" Like there was just no win in that situation. I don't think personally.
Jarrell,
you know what happened?
Jarrell's the type of dude.
Hold up, if you would have continued walking in the bodega and completely ignoring his existence and living your best life, he would have expected that, and he would have been okay with that. That's all.
No, because the door would have shut on his body if I would have literally let it close. Like he was that close behind me.
You know what you do? If he would have came at you with aggression, you match his aggression. He would have been like, "Why you ain't hold the door open for me?" He's like, "Yo, do I look like a doorman to you? Huh? Do I look like a walk-in? Trying to give me something to drink and be on my way? What you talking about?" That's it.
That's not wild to you.
There's no. It's like, what'd you do that for? It's like, oh my god, just move on.
That's not wild to you.
I didn't want to assault you with the door, and that is also true. Lorianne said women can't do that because it is true.
No. Actually, New York women will do that to you. New York women will cut you the fuck out very easily for dumb shit.
Look.
Nah.
Right. And then, hold up. Let's say you do match his aggression, right? You say you do match his aggression. And he think you cute. His next rebuttal is now going to be, "Oh, that's what you do? You get mad, huh? Let me take care of that attitude." And now, this is now a whole thing. Now a conversation happens. I know it's different. Listen, Zaydee, I know it's different. Zaydee, I know it's different. I know it's different. I know it's different. Trust me, I get it. I know it's different. You probably shouldn't have to punch somebody in the face and tell them you like them. Trust me, it makes no sense there. I get you. I'm agreeing with you there. But
I'm mad that I agree with that statement I'm mad I agree with it. From everything I know about like East Coast and like New York, like you can start in an argument with a woman and end up with her number with the smoothest transition somehow. Like, oh, you got an attitude, huh? Look, let me get that number and take you out. We'll fix that.
Yeah. You ain't ate today. That's what it is. Let me take you out today.
And that would be a ginormous red flag. That would be the first and only red flag that would literally make me walk out of that bodega and go to the one 2 blocks down. That's what that would do.
No,
I do not respond to people yelling at me. Like, no, don't sit there and no. Like, if you're gonna interact with me at all, how is it gonna be aggression beforehand? Like, there's no thank you. You're just gonna jump right to the aggression? Like, no.
That's what I was about to ask. Is if someone holds the door for you, Jarrell, are you gonna thank them, or are you just gonna keep going in and not say anything?
Because I'm friendly. Because I grew up here.
Oh, now you friendly? Oh, now you friendly?
Listen,
which one is it? Which one is it?
Let me break this down. But don't think you guys got me in a corner over here. Trust me. I don't want to be friendly to people. Be totally honest with you. Be totally honest with you guys. I hate humans to the core of me. Really, I truly do. However, I've been blessed with talents that make me somewhat funny and somewhat able to talk to people at extended periods. So I just got to deal with the cards that I'm dealt. But in total honesty, I really fucking hate humans. I like the people I like. Love Miles. I love you. I love everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, those is my peoples because they get me, or we can have conversations and I know that there's no aggression or any other thing behind it, so we can talk and learn and everything from like that from each other. But at the same time, bro, leave me the fuck alone. All right? Like, I just leave me the fuck alone. I'm just kidding. Jarrell is the friendliest asshole. See, that's fair.
No, I partially agree with you because, you know, like, so there's that whole thing with like customer service, right? Like, everyone is expected to be cordial, polite, all of that. But like, if you just remain neutral, that can be taken as automatic rudeness. Like, I've had that, you know, if I'm not smiling or if I'm not some chipper, like, hi, how are you? Like, I'm automatically being rude, and it doesn't matter how my day is going. Like, I'm just expected to sit there and be over the top versus just a person that doesn't feel like interacting or being polite.
And that's what I learned from being in Minnesota is that you got to put on this bullshit ass mask of, hey, even though my life is in shambles or I'm going through some shit or I'm upset or I'm not feeling good, I got to make everybody else in the room around me feel okay about me not feeling okay. And that is the most bullshit thing I've ever fucking heard.
You don't have to do this.
I mean, that's
you don't. I don't do this. I don't do this.
That, right? You
right now,
that you get in the room and somebody's not matching energies with you. Everybody's doing something and somebody's over there doing something by themselves. Everybody gonna look at it like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But it's not that something might be wrong with them. They're just vibing on their own thing. And that gets looked at as negative a lot. And I just don't, I don't like that. I like, it's okay to just be in your own space. It's fine.
But see, I don't think you'll ever get it. So arguing this point doesn't make sense.
I'm just fucking with you.
Is that supposed to be me?
Yeah.
That's a new voice for me. Yeah. I haven't heard that one.
Switch it up. I'm just fucking with you though. Continue what you were saying. I was just fucking with you.
No, there's literally no point to arguing this. You won't get it. It's just, to me,
it's not a get it. It's not a right or wrong. It's just how people handle situations. That was it. That was all. The whole point of me asking Zaydee the question in the first place was just to be like, hey, I told you don't nobody give a fuck. All right. It don't matter in first. It don't matter if you're doing it.
But Zaydee agreed with me.
Zaydee said that, hold on. Zaydee said when I first asked her the question, Zaydee said, hey, if the dude who approached her said that, or if the dude who approached her started liking her pictures, it didn't change anything. She felt how she felt. It didn't make her go, hey, okay, cool, that's nice. Or it didn't make her give a fuck about him less. It just didn't change anything. So if it's not doing anything, then why the fuck are you doing it? And that's why I asked you. If you don't care where you're at right now, if you don't want more, then that's fine. Keep doing what you're doing. If you do want more, shut that shit down. Because you're putting in more than what you're getting back. That is all. That was it. That was what started this.
You're not wrong.
Anyways, I'm just kidding.
Anyways,
on to the next topic. You were going to talk about the exciting things. Actually, this was actually pretty exciting. I just know not to run
let's
into
hear
you
about-
on the street.
I didn't expect this whole fucking
But
thing.
Zaydee, I would have said hi to you. If I didn't know you, though, I wouldn't say shit to you. But now
I'm gonna
I know
tackle
you.
the shit out of you when I see you on the street. The fuck you mean?
Watch. Oh, that's what you do. You hitting people now, huh? That's what you feel?
I'm not gonna hit you. I'm just gonna jump on your back.
That's fine. I got you.
Oh.
All right, go ahead, Moms. What's the first topic you want to jump into, Brody?
We're jumping straight into the topic that may or may not be controversial. I haven't decided if it is.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna talk about.
I
just wanted to have this be an open dialogue type shit, because I don't have any thoughts about it other than I agree with this statement, and the statement is: women aren't taught how to treat men in a relationship like men are taught how to treat women in a relationship. You cool over there? You good?
Who wants to start? Who wants to start?
Mike goes to guest.
Mike goes to guest. I mean, I don't want to throw her under the bus first. I'll start.
You're not throwing me under the bus, but if you want to go ahead, yeah, you can definitely go ahead.
I mean, technically, it's ladies first. Excuse me? See, I told you it might be controversial. Like I said, I agree with this statement. And my evidence is... Ooh, excuse me. Just...
That's what I was looking for. Right what Chris said. I was waiting for somebody to be like, who is teaching men? Who is teaching men? Who is teaching men? Because they failed.
I think there are some people teaching men.
Mm-hmm.
I think women are teaching men. Moms are teaching men. Most of the time, it is moms teaching their son how to treat a woman in a relationship, or at least telling them. And then there's also society like men shouldn't do this, men shouldn't do that, men should do XYZ, but it's never on the other hand, never on the other foot of what a woman, because we're not allowed to say what women should or should not do. And I'm saying that because I am not trying to get canceled.
Lean into it.
I'm gonna let Zaydee talk.
No, listen to nice man. Talk. If you gonna say something, say it, bro. If you gonna say something, say it.
I don't have a full thought process on this, so
I just think you're talking about yourself.
There you go.
I think you derived this whole conversation topic for something that you personally went through, and that's why maybe that's what you're thinking. But like when I was growing up, right, there was the whole, don't let men come home to a dirty house, or make sure men always have a full stomach before they leave. Or, sit there and, make your man happy, as in, like, have sex with them before they go out anywhere. Otherwise, they're going to look for it somewhere else. Like, those are the weird-ass phrases that have been, like, floating around. Okay? And they're obviously very old school, but, like, I've heard it many times. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to men treating women, I can understand kind of what you're saying. Like, the last conversation we had on here was the whole Disney movies. Like the whole Disney prince fighting for the princess's love and all that. And, the damsel in distress and thinking she's just a gentle flower and treating her accordingly. But if that's the case, why is that very different as to what is happening today? And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely people who know how to treat women accordingly. But the culture right now is not that. Like it is not that. It is a whole and I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying everybody, but the cheating, the lying, the social media, befriending other women and having conversations with them in private and then deleting them, like all that shit, like that is going on right now.
Yeah,
and I don't know if
that's on both sides. I think. All right, so I just want to first state that this topic was not chosen by me. It was chosen by my sister she said, talk about this. And I'm like, sure. I know which side I agree with just from my experiences.
Yo, real quick, I thought you were going to be like, Jarrell did this. I was like, Negro, are you outside your black mind?
No, Jarrell did not do this. Jarrell was like, ooh, are you sure? I told him this idea, and he immediately went. No, this is how I knew Jarrell was serious when he like heard this topic. He said, "No LOLs, no ha-has, no joy in his voice." Just was like, "We need a woman on." He immediately said, "We need a woman's on." So that's when we went.
The reason why is because even though I grew up at a house with my mom and my sister there, I don't know the lessons that were taught to women. I mean, I know like everybody was saying in the comments, we know the stuff about the like 1950 books on how to keep your husband happy and all that bullshit and everything. But like I grew up in a 2-parent home, so I saw what a unit of people actually is, and what it was just don't nobody want to come home to no dirty ass house. Don't nobody want to come home to no meals being cooked. Don't nobody want to come home to no bullshit, man or woman. It don't matter gender roles on that bullshit. It's just don't nobody want to deal with that fuck shit. So I like as far as those lessons, I learned that not only, I mean, like, they're right to an extent, but it's just human. Like, Zaydee, relax. Zaydee, relax. I'm saying shit like they were right. Like, no, like the house should be clean, but whoever is at the house should clean the house, not just the woman or the man, not just the woman doing it by herself. It's if you're at the house, clean up the goddamn house. If you're hungry and you got food in the refrigerator, make some fucking dinner for every goddamn body. Like those type of things. So there's that. I know the lessons. Yes. I know, but again, on the other side of it, the lessons that my dad taught me that I watched from him being a husband and a father. I know what the lessons that my mom tried to bestow on what a woman should do for me and make and how she should take care of me and how show her love to me. Things like making sure that like again, simple stuff like getting my shower and my bedclothes ready after a long day of work, just to make sure that my like my mom did that for my dad after he worked a 12-hour shift, just to be like, hey, we appreciate you taking care of us, or scratching his back, or even putting like lotion on his back for him. Just little lovey stuff like that. But again, that doesn't mean it's a gender role thing. It's a relationship thing. And I think we should take it from gender roles to just being a whole relationship thing. And also another part of it too is we all get to decide what those relationship roles are. You, in your infinite wisdom, with the person that you are with, get to decide the rules that you two get to live by. So I don't know why these things are so hard to do or like hard to deal with.
Well, like I don't culture. Like right now, men are being called simps for treating women nicely. Like you're being courteous to a woman, and that's simping automatically. Like, oh, you're not getting anything in return. Why are you even being nice to her? That or don't even let me refer to the songs, bro. Let me not refer to all the rap artists calling women bitches and hoes, and having a second phone for hoes or drugs, whatever. But like it's just a different. I don't know. And it's like Lorianne said up there, dude. There used to be little books, little magazines printed out saying what women needed to do for their husbands. At all times, you got to stay under a certain weight. You got to have a face full of makeup. You got to be in your nicest clothes. It's got to be ironed. You got to have all their stuff clean. You got to give them a beer so they can sit on the couch and watch TV. Like, there's definitely roles that were instilled in a housewife for sure.
Mm-hmm. There is.
But I also stand the other way is men definitely need to be taken in as sensitive creatures because some of y'all are. And you know what? It's better that way versus
looking at me, Jarrell?
Hardened and being, like all emotionless and never crying or, never speaking about whatever you want to do. Like I am an advocate for men's mental health too. Amen. Like I definitely think that that's a serious topic that I don't think people realize. It's not normal that men don't cry or don't want to cry. They want to sit there and not talk. They want to sit there and just bottle everything up. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, they kill themselves. Like that's horrible. I just think definitely something society needs to work on as a whole.
Yeah, you're the one that told us to talk about mental health for men. We did have a conversation about that. I'm so curious why Jarrell looked at me at certain points, but it's fine.
I was just looking at my screen.
I agree with how you guys just made all excellent points to me. It registered in my mind that it's a common thing that keeps popping up with me and Jarrell. We were raised very differently because I wasn't raised in a full family household. It was just my mom and my sister who raised me. So I learned to do a lot of things that I guess what it would be considered a traditional woman's role back in the day, not now. So like basically I learned how to take care of myself, and I was told I should be the one doing this. And then I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It's my shit. I take care of myself. Then what I guess the part that wasn't taught to me is I guess what I get out of a relationship at that point. Because while I was being taught how to do this, I was then also shown, like, whenever my mom was in a relationship, she was like doing this for everyone. And I'm just like, I guess it was a controversial being taught and being shown in my head got confused. And I got confused as an adult, and I'm still kind of deciphering it now, but that's kind of what I went through. What happened in college? And shut up, Nate. That's kind of what happened. I guess I'm still. What?
I was wondering who that was aimed at, because I was like, what happened in college? What did happen in college?
Look, we're not talking about college.
That's fine. No, it was for you. I didn't know who it was for. I knew it wasn't for me, and I just didn't know why. But we're here.
Like, yeah, back to that. I am fully capable of telling myself or saying when I'm wrong or my thought process are wrong and then changing it. I think I was wrong on this one, obviously. But at the same time, I do think some people aren't taught how to like be in a relationship, not just how to treat men in a relationship, just more broad, how to be in a relationship with somebody.
What is one of the things for both of you? What is one of the things that you wish your partner was taught or partners were taught that would have made it easier? That's along these lines.
Communication.
Oh God, yeah.
Easy. That's definitely an easy one. Especially, I mean, I've only had relationships with men, and the way these men were raised or conditioned, they've been, I mean, okay, so I dated a white boy for like 4 or 5 years. And he was raised in one of those households where his mom's like, yeah, you got to talk about your feelings. He's a pretty sensitive dude. And then my next one was with a biracial man who was half Hispanic, half white. Never displayed emotion, never wanted to have conversations about things. He kind of just went with the flow, like it is what it is. You know, I never knew what the hell was going on in his head. He never cried, anything like that. Like, it was crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It'd definitely be communication for sure. My mom and my dad were together through my teenage years, but it didn't mean they were getting along how they should have. And I think a lot of my expectations from what a relationship should be is kind of messed up just watching those two for sure.
For sure.
It's been difficult as an adult trying to place my finger on how it is that you're supposed to be treated and how you're supposed to treat other people. Like, you know, there's how much you put up with in a healthy manner versus when it gets to the toxic point of mental exhaustion and you should walk away. Like, there's a lot of different expectations. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, honestly. Like, I don't know where I stand on it.
That's dope that you took that time and was just like, listen, I ain't got all the answers for it, but I know that I'm on the path to figuring it out. That's a really strong way to admit something, and then you could learn from that in itself. So that's really good that you did that, and I agree. Miles, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, like, I completely get what she was saying, because I feel like I'm doing that same journey of figuring out what I'm bringing to a relationship, what I want out of a relationship, like how to actually be in one, what I can take, what I can't take, and types of stuff like that. I learned certain things that I can't take, which is why I am where I'm at now. But like, it's still a learning process. I wish I would have learned this earlier. I wish there would be, I mean, I know that you can't be taught this as like, hey, don't, like, your parents can't fully teach you everything. There's just things you have to experience and learn and set your own boundaries. But like, I also wish I was kind of given more of a guideline, because I feel like what I was told and what I was shown was different and contradictory, and just like it fucked me up. Yeah, I think.
That's real.
Aw.
Not
Again,
like
that's
fucked up. I'm just like, it's hard to think of certain things.
I got you. I would say I agree. Communication is the biggest one. I would say this though: Have y'all felt comfortable with a partner to communicate? You feel me? Have you felt like that person had your back enough to where if you did confide in them, they would also be able to not only understand but work with you, so that way these problems won't be problems anymore?
That's a good question. I guess it depends. Like if a relationship has gone smooth and there's been no bumps along the way, I guess when it comes to like trust issues or anything like that, then you're definitely a lot more confident in expressing those, and it's going to be reciprocated more so. But I feel like, I mean, I've been in a relationship, where things have been kind of rocky, and after a certain point, you just don't even want to tell them anything. They don't want to tell you anything. It's, it's like it's time to go. But like it builds to that point, and you can tell. But you're just both like floating in that limbo, like you're getting along, but you're not at the point where you should be intimately anymore.
Yeah, there's a point
still working as two separate entities, not a unit of people trying to move towards the same goal. Got it?
Yeah, there's a point where conversation, like being open about like how you feel in conversation, you start to feel like it's getting to nagging. At least for me, with my relationship, that's kind of what I felt, because whenever I felt like I needed to voice an opinion or voice like a complaint, I just felt like it was nagging after a while, and I didn't want to just nag, because I'm like, it's a negative thing. But it was I guess eventually it just built up where I started talking, but I would talk less. Like, we'd have conversations, but I would sit and think, because I'm an overthinker. I would sit and think on everything she said before responding, which is both smart and dumb at the same time. Like, I should be able to
What's the dumb part?
Yeah, you're a human being.
I would take a long time to respond. So like, she would sit and say stuff, and then I would sit there silently without giving her a response of, all right, let me think on that, or I wouldn't say anything. So I would just
give her the clarification of like, I'm processing this.
Yeah, I didn't give her the clarification because like I don't want to say I started shutting down, but I was like, I was more planning my response and not letting her know that I was planning it. I was more just like silent, so she took it as me not listening to her.
I was just about to say, yeah, that's probably what fucked everything up.
And then it just like added to the non-communication, or like the lack of understanding between us.
That's true.
I'm sorry you went through that. That's not fun.
I mean, it's not fun, but it's something I had to go through. I had to learn that. Yeah, it's a learning process. It's a learning step. So I don't regret anything that we went through. It sucks, but I don't regret any of it. It was just, I feel like I've learned from it, and I can do better in my next relationship.
It's always good. The difficult thing about this is like, there's no rules. Like, there's no rules to any of this.
But
like, there's no set cutter like things like set, and it's just weird because it's taking a long time for people to understand that. Like, they have their expectations, built out from these rom-com relationships or these movies, and they get this and they get flowers and they get treated like this and this and this. But like, there's no rules. Even like the whole love language thing, like, I don't think anyone has like one set love language or two set love language. Like, I think it so varies. Like, it's just, there's no rules to any of it. It's whatever you and your partner are comfortable with, and that's it.
That's the most, outside of actually finding the person that's supposed to be with you, outside of like that whole thing, the most exciting thing about a relationship to me is like, me and this person who also fucks with me as much as I fuck with them now get to create our own reality with each other, where what we say is love, as long as it's not hurting one of us, or we can communicate openly with each other about it. Like, Now we get to create the happiness that we get to have between each other. That is the dopest shit in the world to me, bro. In a world where I have to follow rules all the time that either I agree or disagree.
I mean, I'm glad you're working through it.
That I agree or disagree with. It's dope that I can find my little pocket of the universe with this human being, and we can do whatever the fuck we want to together, and it'll always be love with us. That is the dopest shit about love to me. Dopest shit about relationships and everything. Oh,
can I just acknowledge Joshua's comment? I'm sorry I had to go through that too.
I was about to say,
I was just reading that and I accidentally interrupted Jarrell.
Sorry, Jarrell. Yeah, no, but I agree with that. Like, there's no rules. You're gonna create your own reality with the person you care about, and that's all that's important. And it might be frowned upon, by everybody else, but why the fuck does that matter?
Fuck, I'm worried about lonely people for. If they had something to do, they wouldn't be worried about it.
Right.
So lonely ass out of here. Oh, what did Josh say? I became traumatized when it comes to communication because my brain is always on the thought of how can they use this against me. Hey, bro, and on some real shit, bro. No, I ain't gonna bring that up. But I get where you coming from, G. I get where you coming from, G. However, that's the risk you take when you're with somebody, is that this could all blow up in your face catastrophically, and you just got to figure it out and pick up the pieces from there. But you'll get through it. You still here, bro.
Therapy is very important for that.
Yeah, and not only that, I know, Josh, you ain't here by yourself, bro. I know it sucks, but you ain't here by yourself. You got a strong, solid group of people that you can lean on if you need to. But therapy definitely will help, my G. Definitely suggest it.
Yeah. Something that I actually used to do. I don't even know why I did it, but like in my old relationship, whenever I would actually get actually pissed at like her, I would go out. Like, I'd be out because I'm usually pissed when I'm out. Not usually pissed when I'm out, but like I'd be out when I'm pissed, and I would buy flowers. I would buy her flowers because I was pissed at her. And I don't know why I did that. It was just something I did, and it just like something that we were talking about brought that up, and I'm just like, I wonder if anyone else does some weird shit to like.
But was it like a thing? Did she appreciate when you did that, and did she understood like, oh, he's really upset? This is him.
She didn't know I was upset because I didn't always communicate my upsetness, and a lot of the time, I guess I did it kind of because I felt bad as well, because I'm like,
why?
I'm upset, but she hasn't done anything wrong. It's just she's done something to upset me, but I have no right to be mad. In my head, this is what would go through my head, is like, I have no right to be mad, but I am. This is not her fault. I'm gonna get her flowers to apologize for being upset, even though she didn't know I was upset.
Yeah, but what would you do about your feelings, bro?
Swallow them. I brought them up eventually. It's just that that's what I did at that time. That's how I handled my shit. That's how I processed. And it wasn't a healthy way to do it. I would bring it up once we had these full conversations, but like I would still do that every now and then. Yeah, I think I brought her like 4 or 5 different sets of flowers.
Jesus Christ. I was about to say, Lori had a really dope comment. I gotta go find that shit again. But like, I don't know if you guys have been in like horribly toxic relationships with people before, but like that's where a lot of learning ends up happening, honestly. I know for me personally, I would have gave my right arm for a girl. I would have did anything that woman asked me to in a heartbeat. But I realized, and that's where all this came from, honestly. You could say, I don't think it's a trauma response. It's just me understanding that me giving the energy that I'm willing to give out is major. And if somebody is not willing to like take it in and then throw it back to me, then I need to shut that down immediately. And that's where I learned all that stuff from. It's just, I don't think you should give more of yourself to people who aren't trying to be there with it and everything like that. Because then you find different ways to cope with it, because you're not feeling satisfied, because you're not being filled up with the love that you're giving out. So that's my whole thing on that. But
I can agree with that to an extent, as long as it, doesn't extend to how you act when you see them on the street. But
if I saw her today, I would not say hi. But it's not because I don't give a fuck about her. but also it's because I don't really give a fuck about them.
Which I guess it's your personal preference too. I mean, I don't know.
It's not hate. It's just like I've learned to. Well, I learned like Coleman. What do you all hugs?
I disagree with that too, though. Like we're all at the age where we don't have time to waste. Like we don't have time to play the games. We don't have time to sit there and go the back and forth and do you like me? Do you feel me? You want to talk about it? No, you don't. Okay, well I'll wait. Like there's no time for all that. So I completely
yell at you though, but he being too aggressive. He was Bodega Man.
Yell at me though. I will cry. I will not return aggression. I will just be like, "Why are you yelling at me?" Like that kind of shit. Like, I am not. Like, once upon a time, I used to be aggressive like that, but now it just hurts my feelings. Like, don't raise your voice.
Bodega Man trying to love you, and you out here shutting him down.
But I agree with Zaydee. We don't really have that time, and that's why, like, when I guess I don't know. We'll skip that part.
No, say it, bro.
I don't really have a full cohesive thought. That's the problem.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Look, man. My only thing, if there's anything that I could tell people from this situation, one, once you decide and you and this person get into a verbal thing, like make sure if you're going after somebody, you guys have that conversation. Like, hey, are we being exclusive or whatever you want? You get to make up the rules to a relationship that you guys have. If at any point in time you decide that those rules are not what you like or things are not going a certain way, or you want to let them know to continue doing something, talk. That seems to be the biggest thing, is that no one is talking.
Communication.
And no one believes that the person that they're talking to is really down for them. But the way you get there is by talking to them, and then not only talking to them, but taking actions after those talks. So that way you do build comfortability, you do have your own space, safe space with them, and then you two can grow and learn together.
I definitely am one of those impulsive people. Like if I think something and I want to say, I just literally say it before I overthink it. I literally just blurt it out because to me, I am very capable of reacting and having a conversation and forming my own thoughts, even if I need like a minute, versus sitting there and having that weird mind game or building everything up or losing sleep about this and tossing and turning. Like it's not worth it to me. Like if I want to ask a question, I'm gonna ask a question. If I'm gonna sit there and be upset, or if I'm gonna feel something, I literally just immediately I'm like, yo, I don't like this, or oh, we got to talk about this. And I mean, you can ask anybody around me. Like I just be asking questions out of the blue, and people are like, why? And I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm curious. Like that's what it is. Like why not talk about it?
If you just did that with a little bit more aggression, you're right there.
Why you gotta be aggressive?
Because you gotta mean what you say and say
why
what you
can't I just
mean.
be like, hey, like, do you guys sit or stand when you wipe your butt? Like, why do I need to be aggressive about that? Wait, that's not an actual question. We're not launching into that. It was just an example.
Wait, do people stand up when they wipe?
Oh no. We'll save this for a different podcast. It's fine.
Not this podcast.
We don't need to talk about that, apparently.
No. It's just an example.
You my nigga, bro. You my fucking nigga. Because I don't want to talk about that shit either. I'm so happy we decided no.
That's what I said. I said we don't have to talk about that. It's not an actual question, but it's an example of the person that asked.
It blew my mind for a moment, and then I was just like, you know what? There's some nasty people in this world. Move on. And that's what I did.
Like, I don't know, just like.
Bye again, Zaydee. I don't know what's happening. Her computer's probably going to sleep because she hasn't touched it in a while.
Yo,
that's probably what it is.
Please, bro. Everybody, y'all been going crazy in the comments today. Thank y'all so much.
I fucking love it.
Don't know why.
It's because your computer keeps going to sleep because you don't touch it.
That's what probably, I think. Yeah, because I haven't really. Okay.
Yeah, because you don't fully touch it, it's doing that. Also, when you come in and you start talking, we can't hear you until I bring you in.
Okay. I don't know what's happening.
So you want us to read the comments because they're going crazy. I mean,
comments are really good.
Read the comments. That's what I love about this setup. Everyone can read the comments. All the comments work. We can read the comments out loud, obviously.
Wait, you want me to
conversation do it? Huh? Go ahead. I don't know which one you wanted to read.
Yeah, they just.
I want to get back to Lori's when I gotta go find it though. But wait, can we show it?
Yes, we can. That's holy shit. How do you do that?
This red on the side, it'll ask us if we want to show it on the thing.
I don't know what's going on. I don't get it. I don't know what's happening with my computer.
We'll figure it out. But real quick, Jessica Hall said, I feel like if you know yourself, then a relationship will form naturally. You have to take the time to date yourself. If you don't know and love yourself, you'll never appreciate another person. Jessica, I'm very happy you said this because me and Miles have been having conversations. Obviously, Miles talked about it today about growing and learning and everything like that. Me personally, behind the scenes, I think I said it a couple times on the show. I had to come to the realization that I am nowhere near ready right now today to be in a relationship with anybody of any type of any way. And it's now me understanding I need to take that time to learn not only myself, but learn myself and then learn about what an environment that I'm in is making me react to certain ways to things. And it's been nice because now I know what things trigger me and get me to a point where I'm set the fuck off. How do I explain it? I know one of the things that like really bothered me for a very, very long time is like, it's not like we can have conversations like this, but I'm always like super, super aggressive, and I've learned how to mellow that out as of late, so that way I can have more progressive talk conversations. What the fuck are you about to say? What are you about to say?
Well, now I'm saying like Zaydee keeps leaving, and that sucks. But also, I was just thinking like, you know how to mellow yourself out, because you don't mellow yourself out when it comes to me. You just
I'm happy. You know what? I'm so happy you said that, sir. You made a comment earlier.
I'm fucking
today.
with you.
I was about to flip, nigga. Yo, you made a comment earlier today. What did you say? You were like, it was something about maturity or something like me being immature or not a happy way to live life or some shit. And all I wanted to say was, first of all, you dreaded fuck, shut the fuck up. And it wasn't with malice in my heart. It was like, nigga, how dare you? You see what I'm saying? But I smiled, I laughed, and I continued to let you say your bullshit. And that is what we call growth, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we call learning.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Backstage Darrell would have said, nigga, if you don't shut your locked ass up,
no,
you would have came in my life.
No, I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have, because you were making a very valid point to yourself about how you felt about something I said, and I had to accept that, take it internally, and then learn to thank you, Lori. Oh, like
he doesn't yell the whole time anymore. We also haven't said anything that could really piss him off. We've been like having actual discussions, but we haven't said anything to actually piss him off.
I learned from the last time.
Yeah, the last time apparently we pissed him off. I think this is a comment you wanted to show that Lori put. Is this it?
Yes.
That's literally me. That's literally what I do. I swear to God.
You gotta take the leap of faith to find out. Their reaction will tell you when you have to move on.
Yeah.
Oh,
honestly.
Big yup.
It's okay. It's okay to put yourself out there. It's again, what was I telling you earlier, Miles? It's okay to put yourself out there. I have no problem with you putting yourself out there. But anytime that they're not giving you the reaction that you deserve for the energy that you're putting in, you gotta move on. That's all.
Ooh, you gotta move on, friend. You can't be putting in any energy. Ooh.
Zaydee, you cut it. Anyway, was there anything else anybody wanted to get into? Y'all want to talk about it? Anything else?
We still have to talk about the family thing. That was another one. So the last topic, or not really the last topic, just the next topic that we had set up was it was just a broad topic of like how different people are close to their family, or like close versus not close to their family. Meaning I've recently discovered that not many people, like, just because, so for me, I'll just do it this way. For me and my sister are really close because the way I grew up is that my mom like instilled this saying into me and my sister that no matter what's going down, this person has your back. They're like No matter what's going down, this person has your back. Me and my sister have each other's back no matter what. We have so much love for each other. That's my best friend. I can tell her anything. She may not agree with everything, but she'll accept it and accept me. And that's what I've been taught. But I've seen other people's relationship with like their sister or their brother or something where it's just not there. And I'm just like, if you grew up with this person, I don't understand how you're not close to them. Like today, I called and talked to my sister for like 15, 20 minutes, not a long conversation, just because I was just like, you know what? I'm like, I at lunch and I just want to talk to her. But like, that sounded wild to like some of my friends. And I'm just like, wow, really? Like, it's just normal to me. So I wanted to talk and see how, like, if you guys are close with your family. I know Zaydee's close with her family.
I mean, I am a little. I mean, it's gotten better. I'm definitely still one of those people. Like, if you say the wrong thing, I'll cut you off for a year, and then we'll take off where that. You know, like we'll continue on where that left off. Like for instance, right? My brother. I've always gotten along with my brother. He's a little strange, but whatever. Like I understand him more than I want to say the majority of my family. But the man voted for Trump this last election, right? And I lost my shit either. I think it was my birthday or Thanksgiving. And I was like, how in your mind is this okay? Obviously, the political divide for me was not okay. It might have been something that I maybe should have just accepted, but in my head, I can't. Like, it's definitely influence from other people because he's never been like that. So I just figured it was like a maturity thing. Like, he's never voted in his whole life up until this last election. And it was... I don't know how to explain. So, but I definitely didn't talk to him for a few months. And I feel like sometimes that's acceptable, even though my mom's like, oh, you can't do that, you know? It's your blood. Like, you can never cut your blood off. Like, it's more important than anything that's, you know, happening anywhere. And I'm like, no. Like, I just can't. I just took it as a betrayal, and it might have just been my personal factor. But, like, we're all we have. We don't have extended family here. My extended family is either in Puerto Rico or Mexico. So it's me, my mom, my dad, my brother, like, and my mom. Like, that's it. It's just, like, 5 of us up here. I don't talk to my father at all. But the rest of us, I'm just kind of like, Like, yeah, I guess we're okay. We're close-ish, but not as close, I want to say, as, like, traditional families, maybe. Like, I don't know if I would call my brother and just talk to him for 15 minutes about stuff. Maybe my sister, but, like, I don't know. It's not like that, I guess.
Okay. That's real. Interesting you said certain things there, because I am 90% sure my sister did the same thing, or maybe she just didn't vote. But I know, but I'll like leave it alone because I'm like, first off, I know there's very little time you can change an adult's mind, so I don't feel like arguing a lot of the times. I'm not a very controversial person, or
I am
confrontational person.
I am aggressive, Jarrell, in that sense. Okay, like that's where I will say I'm aggressive because that's what bothers the fuck out of me.
You know something to say, dog?
Real quick, I heard what Zaydee said. Zaydee, first of all, the first part when you were like, I'll cut somebody off for a year, I don't give a fuck. I was like, we spent 45 minutes of the first topic, me saying that same thing, and everybody looked at me like I was a villain. Meanwhile, you just said that, and we just looked past it. It's always different when it's somebody else. It's always different when it is.
No, because your explanation was like, oh, if I communicate that I want something, you reciprocate it, we're done. But like in this, it's like, you voted for Trump. All right, he comes from an immigrant family, bro. He is not light skinned. He ain't white. He does not benefit from anything these people benefit from. And all of a sudden, he just be voting for this man, and that's what pissed me off. I'm like, who do you think you are? Like, have you looked in the mirror? Like that? No. Like, it just didn't make sense to me, which is why I could easily cut his ass off for a little bit while you sit there and you think about your shit, because it was just random as fuck. I'm not gonna sit there and do that over a person I like. Like, I'm not just gonna cut him off and be like, I don't like you no more. They don't talk to me.
Everything you just said are things I've said to people for those exact same reasons, because they didn't fuck with me the way I fuck with them.
But that's fine.
We're the same wavelength. It's just the reasoning is different. You said what?
It's still different.
So thing is orange, but that's fine. It should be red. I don't know why it's orange. Anyways, Jarrell, you had more to say because you were like fucking.
Oh no,
just
about that you openly coming on this internet and saying that you're not a very confrontational person with the opinions that you have. It's really weird that you would say something like that. I'm crazy, but whatever. Sure.
Look, I'm not. Whatever. I'm usually not a very confrontational person. However, Jarrell, you piss me the fuck off with some of your thoughts. So I have to be like, there's a point where I'm just like, you know what?
Hey, listen,
and you're one of those people where I can like open up that side of me, and I know that at the end of the day, it's still love.
Bro,
not a lot of people can handle that.
Bro, that's been one of the biggest fights of my entire life. I know we're supposed to be talking about family, but like that personally, like Josh had a comment. He said, "My friends are my family. I'm really not that close to my family," and like that's me to an extent. I'll get into that in a second, but like that was one of the things that really fuck with me is just to be like, bro, I should be able to be myself, and you know that this is all love. So not a lot of people get that. So I'm not able to really be able to do that a lot, and that really bothers me. So that's why I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, no, like I just wanted to get that out. I don't even know where I was about to go with this. To stay on topic and answer the question, am I close with my family? Nah, because yes, I talk to my parents. Yes, I talk to my I like call people and everything. Not on a regular basis. I am not close with my little sister. We just got some stuff that we got to figure out. I'll take responsibility. I do have to. It's not I'll take it. I do take responsibility for that. But we'll figure that out when we figure that out. But like with my parents, it's weird because I feel like they want to talk to me and make sure that I'm alive and living okay. And I know my grandparents want me to do the same thing. But like, if I don't have news to report, I don't want to I don't have anything to say. Like if they're okay, like I'll check in and be like, hey, are you guys still alive? Do you need anything or anything like that? But like, as far as like just checking in and having conversations like, hey man, Tuesday was crazy, wasn't it? Like I don't do that with my family. I barely do that with my friends, honestly. If I'm talking to y'all, we're talking about a certain subject or we're sharing news or something like that.
Bro, so, I know.
That's just not how I
know. Because me and Calvin would be in the fucking chat just chilling, just vibing, and you would come in, what do y'all needy niggas want? Like, you can't just vibe with us? Like, you can't just chill and vibe? No, we have to be needy. It's funny because I'm somewhat like that as well. Like, I can go a month or longer without talking to my like family, but like then they'll end up calling me like, hey, what's going on? And I'll just be like, I don't have anything to report. This is just my day-to-day life. I don't need to do that all the time. And then like, I guess there were times in my life where I wasn't super close with my family because I was like upset with them. Kind of like how Zaydee said, like if they cross the line, you got to cut them off. And I will do that. Like I stopped talking to my mom for about like a year and a half. Just did not talk to her because I was very upset with a situation that happened in college. And I was an adult, so I could actually do something about it. So we didn't talk for a long time, and now we're close again, I guess.
I think that's fine, though. Like, I think people need to step out of that mentality that because they're your family, you're committed to sitting there and, like, getting along. Like, I hate it because there's definitely, they're people, right? Being family doesn't sit there and make them any less toxic to you if that's what they decide to pursue in their life. Like, you have to sit there and cut them off if it's going to benefit you mentally. Like, I don't think it's super taboo either. Like, I haven't talked to my father in maybe 3-4 years. And to me, it's because he crossed the line with my mom. And I just don't feel like I have anything to say to him ever again. And I'm fine with that. But, everybody else, when he dies, you're going to regret it so much. And you're going to feel all this guilt. And you need to rekindle that relationship. And I'm like, why? Like, because he literally, was involved in the process to make, create me. Like, I don't feel any obligation to sit there and mend that. Like, to me, you're a grown-ass man. You crossed certain lines and you knew what the hell you were doing. So why do I need to acknowledge that? Like, why am I the one that has to approach you and make shit work out if I don't feel like I need to? Like, that's just how it is. But I feel like I said, like, people sit there like, no, you're not supposed to do that. That's your father. Like, you're not allowed to do that. And I'm like, oh, but I am, and I'm gonna. And that's just how I feel.
Factuals. I fucking hate you, Drill.
What are you talking about? Oh, we got
Yes,
this
dude, it's
Mr.
so
Cunningham in the show. I just
my
want to
eyes.
comment real quick.
He's so salty. All right, so
Really?
like this is different. We're talking about
that. Oh,
we're talking
my
about.
God.
Wait, why did it swap?
What?
How'd you do that?
I didn't do nothing.
Okay, I was like, why did it swap? This is people like us cutting off people that did us wrong, not just looked out, like just told you the truth. Like, I get it's whatever. It's whatever,
like, it's
girl.
like this, right? Like, if I looked at Miles and I was like, Miles, you know, like Lord of the Rings, you know what? We can't do this no more. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and cut him off. Like, I'm gonna keep him on my Facebook timeline, whatever. He'll just exist and I will exist. It's not the same thing. Yeah. Okay, I'm being cutthroat to people that I just feel like, yo, you did me wrong. Guess what? We don't have to talk. But the way you were making it seem is you have a crush. You make that known. They don't reciprocate it, so you get all up in your feelings and you cut them off. That's completely different. They didn't do anything negatively to you.
For a non-aggressive person, I feel attacked. Okay.
Good, because you shouldn't feel wrong. The hell? I'm not gonna say, how you gonna build somebody up in your mind, decide that you like them, and then all of a sudden cut them off like they did something bad to you? Like, no, that's not the same thing as cutting off family who do bad things or who are toxic.
Listen. I'm totally joking. No,
you're not. You salty. Nope, you salty.
See, and this is what
in the comment section. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys have my back." Like, no.
I like how she did this.
That's what I did. I'm behind the keyboard with T-Rex arms. All of a sudden, yo.
What you did? You said.
Listen, I'm all, and not only that, even on the other side of it, at no point is it wrong for anybody to cut somebody else off. All right, that's
at the end of the day, we're all adults.
You're more than welcome at any time to cut somebody's energy out of your life that you just feel like, hey, this isn't what I feel like dealing with anymore, and you're more than welcome to. So I agree with y'all. I'm on your side about that. Whatever y'all decide that people got to get the fuck up out about, get the fuck up out about. All right, that's all. I just want the same energy put on me. That's all. It's all just equivalent exchange.
Oh my god. Whatever, bro.
Not, well, can I ask y'all something? You both want kids, correct? You guys both want to have your own family?
I do.
I don't know.
The face she made.
That's serious.
And I know the clock is ticking for me because, you know, I'm 30 or whatever. I just don't know yet. Like, I don't know if I'm in the mental mindset. Like, my family growing up was not the healthiest. Like, there was a lot of toxicity there. Like, my dad is Puerto Rican. He comes from, like, that machista culture. Like, men deserve respect no matter what kind of thing. You know, my mom's Hispanic. She grew up from a family of 8. They were super poor. They never interacted with each other emotionally. So, like, they ceased to do that shit with us completely. Like, for them, it was easier to sit there and yell at us and send us to our room versus having a conversation. Yeah. So, like, as an adult now, I'm finding my own path as to how to do the opposite of what they raised me. And I just don't think I'm quite at the point where I would feel secure enough to have a child and try to instill the complete opposite of what my family instilled in me. Like, it would be, I would give all my effort. I just don't know if I'm ready. Like, that's the thing that worries me the most. I just don't want to mentally traumatize that child, which I'm sure that's every parent out there, you know, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if I can get to a better point where I feel more comfortable.
Yeah. But it's not only do you have to heal the stuff going on with you, you got a whole nother half of this puzzle that you gotta, like, make sure is somewhat mentally capable, because you got a whole kid you guys got to deal with together for the rest of your lives. So that's the other part of it too, is hey, I know I personally don't want kids ever in any capacity in life.
Which is fine. It's good.
Yeah, and it's just because like it doesn't. I don't. The whole family dynamic thing. Like I came from a pretty healthy household, despite a couple of things, and I've seen what a healthy marriage looks like, and I've not only just with my parents, but with people I went to church with and everything like that. So I get it. I know all that stuff, but like, man, I honestly just like I don't want to do any of it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to raise kids. I don't want to have a house. I don't want to do any of that. I want to travel and have skyrise apartments and run around with a bulldog all day. That sounds dope to me.
Wolf dog all day.
I think that's perfectly fine.
No, but my question to both, because I know Miles definitely wants to have kids, is like, what are the things that you would take? What are the steps that you would personally take so that way you can have a closer family?
It's exhausting. What are the steps I would take to make sure that my kids I have a closer family?
Yeah, so that way things like you know, like again, Miles, I know you're close with your sister and everything, but like you said, there was a point in time where you and your mom just weren't speaking. So what are the things that you would do as a father to be like, okay, cool, let me make sure that I'm at least interacting with my child. We're not going through the same stuff.
So being 100% honest, I didn't have a dad growing up, so like I don't have an ideal image of what a good father is. I guess I have like TV shows and shit, and I have knowing what not to do based off what my father did, but as to what to do, it is going to be completely me figuring it out real time, just like you do with a relationship. I guess like you have to figure out do what you think is best. And like, so for me, I think I'm going to try and have open communication with my kids all like at all time, I guess. For that point, like I want them to be able to come to me with anything and me like respond without judgment or trying to like any of that, just like have a full conversation with them like any other human, and not just tell them what to do like a boss or a paternal. Like I don't want them to think, oh, I can't tell dad this because I'll get in trouble. Like I want them to be like, I want to tell dad this because he'll know what to do or what I should have done or something like that. That's all I can say about what I would do, because that's all I would think. I mean, communication is key, especially with your kids. Understanding and just, I don't know. Currently, right now, I don't think I'm ready for kids. Mentally, I don't think I'm there. I just wouldn't know what to do. Every day would be a struggle, and I would make it work because I'm that guy, but I don't know.
That's very important. I actually was just with my mom, and it's weird how like you hear adults talk to kids like you're a kid, like you don't have any, in-depth emotions yet. You don't know how to form, a thought process, but they do. They feel things, they know things, they do things, but like treating them like they don't, I think is what I want to. I want to do the opposite of that. Just sitting there like, oh, you can't go to your friend's house today. Like, why? Because I said so. Like, okay, like you just have to sit there and live with it. Or, oh, I don't want you to go outside today. Like, why? Because I said so. Like, to me, it's just kind of like, why? Like, why are you sitting there and saying shit like that? Just explain. Like, oh, I don't feel like it's safe for you to go outside. Or, it's a little cold outside and you don't have a jacket yet. Or, like, I don't know, like some type of explanation. I just always hated the whole authority, like, no, you can't sit there and read past 9:30.
My way or the highway?
Yeah, like, that shit just drives me bonkers. And I understand there's establishing boundaries. But at the same time, I also sit there and kind of just believe in, like you said, being an open book. Sitting there and, kids deserve an explanation. Maybe they'll sit there and try to comprehend things. Like, kids are not stupid. Like, obviously, if you're 5 years old, you're not going to sit there and provide them a super crazy explanation, but I don't know.
How do we?
And I definitely agree with Eli over there. Like, I know he going to pop out 4 kids.
You son of a bitch.
Jarrell is a dad type for sure, bro. I can see this man with at least
wait a minute.
maybe 2 dogs,
ma'am.
a cat, a guinea pig.
Wait, what?
What's fuck?
Yeah, I can see that for sure. You seem like you'd be a good family man.
Your internet working real good all of a sudden, huh?
It's
Your
different
internet is
if you don't want any, but
you are streaming from Comcast right now.
What?
I think it's hilarious that a lot of people do think that Jarrell would be a good father in the sense of like his mindset and him being able to teach like the next generation and shit.
Pull out and pray. Okay.
Like I think you have like a good mindset to teach people. I mean, maybe not the whole fucking like super East Coast being aggressive at all times shit, but
take it or leave it. That's what you get.
But like I do think you have a lot to teach the next generation.
Right. I can do that without being a father. Like I can do that.
Yeah, but like you are a loving
their own house.
But do you know how like right now you would do anything for people you're close to, and seeing you do anything for a child that you helped conceive, I feel like you would literally burn the world down, and it'd be hilarious to watch. It'd be a good thing.
Why would you want that type of energy for me to have?
Hey man, if you don't want kids, that's fine. But if you accidentally have a child, it's gonna be fine. That's
how about we not keep saying these things out loud?
Let's not just
Let's continue to respect Jarrell is never gonna have any kids and not keep dealing. It's not gonna happen. I'm not that guy. You know what? Matter of fact, we may be really honest because we still gonna have some time. But Zaydee, do you know what like happens to women's bodies after they give birth?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, we're going here,
yo. That's what I'm saying. Like, I honestly think women are the bravest creatures on the face of the earth because to have sex and know that you can have kids. Like, if that was me, I would have my womb. I would rip it out barehandedly and throw it in the woods. I'm not happening. Are you outside of your mind? And y'all just do it and enjoy it. Like, oh God, why?
It's definitely terrifying. I mean, technology's gotten pretty good, but I wish it was reciprocated on the male end, where there was some type of, birth control that would kind of limit the possibility of that happening even more. Like, we got 99.9% over here, but there's that 0.1% where shit could still go wrong, and I still think about that shit all the time. But
every time.
Let me tell you,
every time it crosses my mind.
As soon as male birth control becomes readily available, I'm there with my alarms and my bottle of water, and we gonna get this done.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like society's like, no, we can't. It's like I think a lot of men are actually more willing than people think to take a form of birth control. Like I think they would fucking do it.
I do it.
But the government's probably like, no, there were so many bad side effects, like it just wouldn't be worth it. And I'm like, what do we gotta suffer for then?
I mean, technically, we all know the government is just fucking 60, 70-year-old white men. Mm-hmm. Of course they don't want it. It's them. While most young men would be like, yeah, let's go.
I don't want children. Let's go. I'll take this shit too. It don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true, though. They do have reversible vasectomies now too, though.
So I'm happy you said that. Vasectomies, they're advertised as reversible, but reversible doesn't mean your PP is going to be able to shoot babies out. All right. So if you're gonna do it, go ahead and freeze some sperm. That's literally where I'm at right now. Is that I want to put some possible kids away and get snipped. But
popsicle kids.
I just really want to put them in the ice box and call it a day and just not have to worry about this problem anymore. But like, also it's $600 for me to do it, so I gotta get a new computer. So we'll figure it out. But I'm thinking about it.
I have my kid right here. If you guys haven't noticed, this is my child, the very needy one that's been in and out of the frame. This is all I need.
He's so confused on why you're sitting there.
He was listening to you guys very intently for a while. I don't know if you guys noticed. He was just staring at the screen, like just taking it in.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm fine with. And I also honestly, I think society is kind of to blame as to why our generation is waiting more and more to have kids or deciding that they're not a necessary factor. Like previous generations. Well, yeah, previous generations, were set up to have that kind of environment. Like, yeah, you can definitely own a house and a car and have kids and still be okay. But like the way it is right now, like the economy and shit, like we're kind of like, like that doesn't seem like the best environment to raise a child or even try to own a house. Like we can't afford it. We can't even sit there and fathom, what it would be to bring in a kid right now.
I heard the prices for bringing in kids and and that's just the hospital visit, like to have the baby and to bring it home. And it's just astronomical. And I'm just like,
it's $10,000 to
like,
go to a
it's
hospital
so
and have a baby.
I want kids, but I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for that shit. Cause I can afford a mortgage on a house, but I don't have a house. And that's about it.
Even now, dude, it's reversed. Like, there's women that are having children before getting married just so they can sit there and, get the assistance from the state so that they're not paying over the top, fees and hospital bills and all that stuff. Like, it's being reversed now. They get married after they have the amount of kids that they want because they're going to be paying a shit ton more versus being assisted by the state. It's weird.
It's fucking, oh man.
Real quick, have you guys heard children crying for an amount of time straight?
Yes,
like 2 minutes of kids crying straight, and that didn't make you want to rip your skin from your bones, like your bones.
For sure, and that's how I know I'm way too selfish with my own time still in order to even fathom having a child. Like I cannot imagine having to sit there and get half an hour's night's sleep and then have to function like a human being the next day.
And talk to this person that don't pay bills. I gotta tell you things and you're asking me questions. You don't pay for these fruit snacks, little nigga. What are you worried about? Get out my, oh my God.
Look, I had a girlfriend that didn't pay bills and look, anyways, I took care of my niece and nephews a lot. I've never done the overnight thing, so I've never done the having to wake up when they're crying. So that throws me off, the lack of sleep, because I love my sleep. But actually taking care of kids when they're just crying and nonstop, it gets stressful. But I just I handle it well, I guess. I don't know. I also can zone out kids.
I don't know. I'm spoiled though because I know if I were to, have a kid right now, I have a support system. My sister, my cousin, my mom, whoever, they would take the child immediately. If I needed, 2 days to sit there and recover, they would definitely do it. And I obviously can't speak for everybody else because some people just don't have that help. And I don't know how they do it. And I commend those women, those single fathers. I commend them for doing whatever the hell they got to do. That to me is terrifying, and they're doing it with grace and still working and still functioning and still surviving and still being a parent. I can't do it. I have mad respect for them because I don't have the mentality to handle all that right now. I don't. And it's fucked up that our society doesn't make it easier for these people to sit there and exist. It's crazy.
I agree. I agree with you, Zaydee. In my head, have you guys seen Squid Games?
Yes.
That's how I look at people. I look at people who have kids the red light, green light game. You got shot, you didn't make it to the other side. You just got to live with a kid for the rest of your life.
Oh, I have to wait for him to be done talking about that because I was
that's so funny to me. It's you got caught moving too much. And now you out here with a baby.
And that dude that caught him from falling is the homeboy that just was look, you was about to go in there without a condom here.
Plan B, bro. Plan B came through, saved your
Plan
ass,
B
bro.
came.
Got.
They make that shit cheaper too for some people, bro.
God.
$50.
Walgreens. I'm like, what are these teenagers?
It was $54.95, dog.
Bro, I
remember the price because I had to buy it. So first off, I don't know why it felt weird going in and buying it anyway. Then they looked at me weird, like, don't worry about it.
It wasn't like me, but when I was
weird?
a teenager, I had to ask my mom to come get the Plan B with me because I was awkward, right? We go to the pharmacy, bro. It's a pregnant ass pharmacist at the counter. I'm like, great, fucking fantastic.
I'm not trying to
be worse. That lady straight up said, no, she's too young. She needs to be cleared by a doctor before I can sell you this. And that is not true at all. Like, they're supposed to fucking sell it to you. But this woman withheld, and she's like, no, like, I can't sell this to you. Sorry. We went to the next Walgreens, like 2 blocks down. They sold it to us just fine. But I was like, what the hell? Like, shut up. Just sell them the fucking plate, like the pill. What do you mean?
She was mad that you made it out.
Mind your business, Mr. Cashier.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit ain't awkward enough that I'm like, 16 or 17 coming with my mom to buy the Plan B pill, and you're telling me no? Like, you don't control my damn decisions, bro.
What was the awkward thing
tell me the shit.
about it, Mount? Like, for you?
So the awkward thing about it was like I just never done it. So I was in the aisle looking and I'm like, where the fuck is it? And I'm like, I walk up to her and was like, hey, where's the Plan B pill? And she's like, it's behind the counter. And then she gave me a long look. And I'm like, well, I fucking need some. Like, and it just like, she made it so awkward that like, oh, you out here fucking without a condom. Condoms are only fucking $10 or some shit. Like, it just like, all this. No, she didn't say it. It just, felt like she was saying with her eyes, like, oh, all right, condoms out 13.
I would have bought 3 and juggled them on my way out.
Yeah, okay. I think they give you a limit to this how many you can buy in some stores. Like, I think it's like a 1 or 2 person, a 2 pill limit.
Why can't I just be out here slinging shit and then giving girls breakfast after?
Nobody knows. Like I said, society's weird, dude. Society's still weird when it comes to sex.
Oh, yeah.
I have learned that not many people are as like open about talking about sex as I am. And I found that out just by talking to like different groups of friends, and I'm just like, I'll bring up like a wild ass, like sometimes they're not wild ass questions, but sometimes they're wild statements, but it's sexual and they just get kind of like, you can tell that they're a little bit uncomfortable. They're trying to engage, but they're uncomfortable. Fucking long off, Miles. I'm guessing that's because of the breakfast after. But yeah, you could tell that they're a little bit uncomfortable with it. And I don't mean to make people uncomfortable. It's just I am a very open individual. I do a show. I've talked about my sex life on this show. It's nothing to me, but I have to realize it's something to other people.
Very true.
Yeah. I mean, the healthy thing would just be, hey, man, I'm not comfortable talking about it, and that's it. End the conversation.
Yeah, I wish they would do that. But
they don't. They just sit there and let you say whatever the hell you want to say, and then be like, wasn't that weird? Wasn't that weird how he kept just talking about that instead of me being an adult and saying, I don't feel comfortable with us having this conversation?
Oh, you like talking about sex, Dajanique? Then why the fuck did you tell me to get off your page like that, huh?
That breakfast comment was out of pocket. Listen, I laughed, and I'm with you.
I think it's fine. I think it's awesome to talk about sex just because school failed us all. Like, school emphasized, sitting there waiting until marriage and all that shit. But, like, nobody talks about how disgusting sex is sometimes, bro. Nobody talks about how normal some things are. Like, it's just weird. People sit there and keep to themselves. They're like, oh my God, I'm weird. I can't have these kinks. I can't have this. I can't have this. I can't do this. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah, like, the first time a girl, like, there was a mess after in my bed, I thought it was like, I was just like, what's going on? Not knowing it's just a normal thing. I just didn't know it as a kid because, like, no one fucking talked about it. And that's when I started, like, I became a little bit more open talking about sex. Luckily, my parents, my mom, like, actually opened up and talked about it more and all this stuff. So it helped. But, like, again, no one really talks about sex now. And so, like, when I talk about it, people feel weird, and I'm just like, or I'll say something weird, probably like, "Hey, you ever had a finger stuck up your butt?"
I think it's the opposite. I think people are more open about it now than they were.
Oh yeah, people are definitely more open now, but there you can still like with some you can still sense like a hesitancy of like, why are we talking about sex?
Oh, for sure.
You must be perverted if you're talking about sex. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I am, but that's not why I'm talking about sex.
Miles, was it last week when me and you had the conversation? We were like, "Yo, did you get asked about getting pegged this week?" Because it happened way too many times than it needed to, bro. I feel like this was like last week.
It was this week.
Did you get your peg? I saw your status. You said you need to get pegged.
Where's Calvin at?
How that happened?
I'm so mad that Calvin's not here. But these pieces of shit waited until I passed out from fucking exhaustion because they kept me up for 24 hours, stole my phone, and then wrote that fuck shit. And no one checked on me. Everybody in this chat right now, by the way, I have most of you on Facebook. None of you called me and was just like, Jarrell, somebody's fucking with your shit. You all got your 7 ha-has in about my ass being wide open. So thanks, y'all.
Hey man, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not gonna
not my thing.
Listen,
listen. Nobody can stop me from being me. If getting my ass open was my thing, I would own it. But it's not. It's not my thing.
Life's too short to hide your sexual preferences like
exactly, that. Jarrell. Like, just embrace it. It's fine.
Yeah,
and you are correct. It was this week. It was Saturday we were talking about. It was
Saturday, bro.
Pegging and finger shit.
Bro, I got asked 3 times last week. Hey, bro, how do you feel about pegging? I don't feel nothing. Like, it's not a thing I think about.
Oh, I thought you meant you don't feel a thing during pegging. I'm like, well, that's good.
Make Zaydee mute.
It's okay.
Yeah, we don't judge around here. You are correct. You're correct.
No,
Liz, I almost
there's no judging. There's no one's being judged. If you like pegging, that's for you. Jarrell is not a pegger. I don't like peg legs.
You're
I don't
not
like
peggy. You don't like
peggy bill. You know what I'm saying?
So like.
Apologize to your audience, folks that have peg legs. First of all, okay. Not you always say you don't like peg legs.
It's funny, like it's funny that happened to you, Jarrell. What? You got asked that question because
Zaydee, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh man,
my boy's gone.
Miles, if you don't come back, you got pegged. Well, guys, we all know what Miles is about.
Also, got asked that. Hello, am I back?
Hi.
What's poppin'?
I heard everything. Fuck you.
Oh.
No, but I was saying like I also like the last chick I talked to was just like, so can I peg you? And I'm like,
bro,
no, I'm good. But it's starting to happen, and
it's starting to happen.
When did women get the wide open ass update? When did that happen? Can we go back? I mean, so aggressive now.
It's fun. One of my friends told me like pegging is more prevalent than you realize, and I'm like, is it? I guess I just don't know. I've never been asked, and then I get asked. Apparently, dudes like being pegged, and it's nothing against them. If they like being pegged, they like being pegged.
Have you guys heard a podcast called Horrible Decisions?
Yes,
no, but that sounds.
I heard of
you guys should listen to that because there's definitely an audience for the pegging. Like there is some men. I mean, it happens a lot more than you guys think it does now, which is great if men are being open and expressive about being pegged. But that shit happens a lot.
I had to explain to somebody. I had to explain to a group of people why pegging isn't gay.
Can you explain that to us?
Why pegging isn't gay?
It's not a man.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a man. Because I broke it down. They were like, no, if you like a fucking something in your ass, you're gay, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, that's not 100% true. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, they wouldn't listen to anyone else. But I was just like, all right, tell me this. Is head good? He's like, yeah, I love head. And I'm like, you love head. Would you let a guy give you head? It's like, no, that's just gay. And I'm like, why? You love head. He's like, yeah, but it's a girl giving it to me. And I'm like, Exactly the same with pegging.
Oh,
It's not a
man.
guy, it's a girl. Therefore, you're not gay.
We had a really good show today. And we ended with
We started
We
with
had
a serious
so
topic.
much
No,
goodness.
actually, we started with some bullshit and ended with some bullshit. With a nice solid meat of serious talk.
Real quick, before we end the show out, if you're a woman and you've been with a man that enjoyed pegging, can you just put like a 1 in the chat or something? Because this is new, like, bro.
Did you peg him, Zaydee?
You said the show's ending, right?
Look, you said we can ask you anything.
Run that shit.
What?
Run that shit up.
I'm just saying, it's definitely something.
I have so many questions.
Oh my god! Look, we can.
If you don't want to talk about it online, we can cut the show. Well, we'll end the show and we'll continue to talk about it because I have questions now. I just learned today what pegging is. Well, pegging.
Now that makes us an educational show.
Yeah, now we're an educational show. Look at that. We have
Look at that,
so
Zaydee.
much.
You could be the next Miss Frizzle. All right. This
Oh
is
my
now
God,
an educational.
I have so many questions.
Miles,
I only have like a few.
Miles, can you ask your questions? I just want to know what they are. I don't really care about hearing the story because that's like the guy's personal business. But like, what are
the guy's personal business?
I mean, I wasn't expecting names or anything. I just want to know what, kind of like what you get out of it, because technically, I don't think you feel anything because it's attached to you, but not attached to you. Like it's a strap on.
It's not
obviously.
It's on you.
Yeah, it's not in you. You don't feel anything. So I'm like curious, like what do you get out of it? Other than I guess pleasure, but this is all speculation. Is like you get pleasure out of the sense of pleasuring your partner.
Of course, as adults, we kind of know that is the entire other half of what sex is.
Mystical nut bust.
I know I read the mystical nut bust. Why? But it is definitely a dominant thing. Like it is. That's literally where the pleasures derive from, is you're just getting enjoyment out of your partner's enjoyment. But it's also being in control, for sure. You just also have to be very gentle. You have to kind of talk to them about their boundaries and everything and what they're comfortable with beforehand. Boundaries? You said their bowels. No, I mean, maybe. If that's a part of the conversation, too, then else that's to be discussed.
What is
So, like...
What do you mean that's a part of the conversation?
It can be. You don't know, depending on what they ate or how long ago or that kind of thing. Like you got to talk about cleanliness.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna let y'all know. If you can tell by my expressions, I don't play in butt at all. It's just not what I do. Why don't I play in butt?
Yeah.
I don't know. Same reason I don't play in toilets. It's nasty. No, that's not what I'm about. But
wieners can be nasty, vaginas can be nasty, so booty holes are also nasty. People's dental hygiene is nasty, but people be putting their, intimate.
Girl, you telling me you never ate ass before?
I'm telling you no.
Really?
I'm also telling you my willingness to do it to the person that I'm married to is a different thing.
Okay.
Different. All right. The things I'm done and the things I'm willing to do are two different things. Well, the things I'm willing to do come with a caveat of me and this woman are going to die in love together. So we're fine here. Like I don't have to worry. She has
to take it to the grave. She can't ever tell anybody ever.
Not only to the grave, to this life, to the next life. You can't this is.
Don't tell Jesus.
What I'm saying, he knows.
It's okay. See, it's okay.
No, but it's just like I don't know, man. Just the fact that like the conversation of sex before you have sex with a woman is always like fun. it's like, oh, what are you into? What do you like? What don't you like? But if she was like, yo, did you shit today? I'll be like, you're done. You're done.
Yo, did you eat
Chipotle
Chipotle today?
Sometimes that
Out
needs
my
to be
house.
part of the conversation for
Out
both
my
people
house.
to be comfortable.
Did I
Play
shit
the
today?
song.
My mom don't ask me that.
We can't just play the song. We can't just do that.
Play what song? What's the song?
Josh posted a song in chat.
Oh yeah, we can't do that,
Again.
Josh. But I don't know what you played. But no, the answer is no. Even if we could, the answer is no. Absolutely not. Because I think it's the ice cream song, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's villainy. I think you're being
That's villainy.
all right. Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Miles, it seems like you have more questions. Like,
look how pressed
on
my
your
man
face.
is. So look how pressed my nigga Miles
He is.
Button up that
Are
cardigan
you
over there,
okay?
boy.
Look, I'm fine.
You don't look fine. You've got like the concern.
Because I have like a headache
You
right
look
here.
backed up.
That caffeine headache from your bean water that you drank.
Dude, I look, the first half of my day from like 8 in the morning to about 3, fantastic. I was in a good mood. I was passing out compliments left and right. It was a great day. I got a lot of work done, I think. And then the crash came in and I felt hell.
Is that why you're in a bathrobe?
I'm not in a bathrobe. It's a cardigan.
Can you show the audience what it is that you're wearing?
Give us a twirly whirly.
Because I'm sure they've also sat with the fact that you're wearing a bathrobe. They just
I'm
didn't say
not.
anything.
Does anyone think I'm wearing a bathrobe?
Yes. Tell me that
First off-
doesn't look like a bathrobe.
First
I think
off,
you wearing a
my
house coat.
bathrobe.
Like grandma's.
First off, my bathrobe is a Batman bathrobe with a hood. I'm not wearing that. I'll wear that another time. But
See?
God damn it, Lori.
It looks like
Look.
the hotel bathrobes that they have, like in the closet.
It is
Oh, see, I
a
told you
cardigan.
that's what you needed to do. I told you
It
straight
is-
up. If you don't stand up and show the audience what you're wearing, it's a bathrobe.
It's a cardigan. It's
See,
a
now
sweater.
people know. And you guys, he was gonna button that
There's
shit up
pockets.
for you too. He was gonna button the top one so you saw the button and leave the rest unbuttoned. That's what he was gonna do.
Right there. Look at that.
About to do that.
Look at
There
that.
you go. See?
Look at that.
Yep.
Right there. Bam. Cardigan.
Wait,
Okay.
all right. Listen, I just want to get this all out the way. Like, if a dude was approaching you, Zaydee, and was just like, "Hey, I'm not really into that," is it now part of your personal repertoire where you're just like, "Oh, that sucks. I can't do that anymore"? And then you're like,
See, another question.
I mean, no, not necessarily. People have their stuff that they're into and not into. Like, I'm not gonna push it. Obviously, I'll sit there and I'll be open to it.
oh, that wasn't a joke.
Oh, you
that was
funny.
fucking
You
joke.
funny. I'm not gonna push it.
Yo, that was top tier. I like
Children.
that. That's rude.
That's gonna be a clip.
Oh,
But no,
Yeah,
it's
man.
definitely on the table if they want to bring it back up. I'm not gonna sit there and force it on them for sure.
See,
weed eat off the
Again.
floor.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Just a tip. God damn it, Luna.
Relax, Alice.
Relax.
Calm down.
I said it once and I'll say it again. I don't think I would be into pegging. But I'm afraid that I would like other butt stuff. But I don't think
Why
I
are
would be
you
into pegging.
afraid?
The other. There's other.
Why are you afraid?
Other.
What? That face. We had a conversation about this, Jarrell.
I was not present.
Yeah, you were.
What's
You
the
probably
other?
There's other stuff. There's like slipping digits. There's just like rim play. There's
Shit,
like
what's got to do with numbers?
fucking tongue butts, ass to mouth. I love fucking
At this point, you're just saying words that come together now, and I don't know what they mean.
There's other. But to answer your question, Zaydee, of why I would be afraid, is because if I started liking that, it would become part of my repertoire, and if I'm not getting that, I would feel like I'm lacking just like right now, head is a part of my repertoire. If I'm not getting head, I'm gonna feel some type of way in like our sexual relationship. But if I start liking that shit, I'm gonna be like, damn, now I gotta find a girl that's okay with butt stuff. Not every girl is okay with doing butt stuff.
So, why are you afraid of that? You can do your own butt stuff too on your own.
I mean, yeah.
So then, what's there to be afraid of?
Oh my!
You said fudge packing?
By yourself?
Oh my goodness. There's nothing to be afraid of, for sure, okay? Like I said, it's 2021. There's no rules to anything.
Doo-doo is pretty scary.
Where is there doo-doo?
In the butt.
You know what? I'm not going to have this conversation. We will save the education part for later, okay?
Dildos can stick to walls now. Look, cut the show. We're done.
Spider-Man?
Yes, they can.
Damn.
They got the suction cup ones.
You never seen a suction cup dildo? Even I knew about that. Now I'm fucking dildos.
Here's what it is, bro. You know what it is? It's like when the first person took a 3-point shot and they were like, oh, you can get 3 points for that? Like, I know shooting the ball is a thing that you have to do. Like, I knew there were suction cup dildos, but sticking it to a wall and putting it in my rectum never made the crosshairs like go together. Like, oh, that's what that can be used for. Like, oh,
Why else would they put nerve endings in your asshole, though?
Hot? It's so damn hot in here.
Oh, you getting hot from this conversation?
Because you know, it's like the first time I found out that there's like I could go outside past the street lights. Like, it's just dark out here, and I don't know what's happening. Everybody's telling me
you're so dramatic. Oh my
There's all these things that everybody did, and these slipping digits. What are digits? What is happening?
Digit.
Oh,
yeah,
your
you got
fingers?
Digit.
Yeah, it's a digit. Just slip a digit here.
That's the street name for putting fingers in your butt?
I don't know about street name, but I guess.
Yeah, it's just called slipping a digit. It's just you slip a digit in.
I'm just gonna say.
Now look who's looking pressed.
You got a prostate in your butt for a reason.
I got
It is
what?
meant to be
Male
explored.
G-spot's apparently in your butt.
That's a myth.
No, it's not.
That's a myth.
Go
That's
find out.
Nah, I'm good.
You never
I've been busting great nuts without it. I think I'll just keep going down this road. Trust me.
You're so limited. It's fine.
You know how? All right, Jarrell.
And you know what great players do?
What
great players do? They know where their game lies. All right. I'm not Shaq size. I don't need to protect the paint and dunk on everybody. All right. I'm a facilitator. I can pass the rock. I can shoot. You know what I'm saying? We're cool.
All right.
But
one last thing, Jarrell. One last thing. One last thing before we call it. You know how
but
that is still a myth. That is still a myth.
You first got head and they didn't touch your balls and you came and you're like, damn, this is amazing. And then you got some head when them actually playing with your balls and it was just like, oh, this is better. Just like keep going lower and you'll find out.
Nah, I'm good.
All right, we're gonna
I don't go southern than Tennessee in the regular United States. Why would I do it with my ass? That don't even make sense.
We're cutting it. We're done. Thank you, Zaydee, for coming on, talking to us.
Thank you.
Being here, telling Jarrell he's wrong.
You know what we need to have on? You know what, Zaydee, if you're down to come back another time, not relatively soon, Jarrell needs to just process.
He needs to decompress.
I gotta get through that. But I got somebody that I think will be really good, and you two can tell stories about all this stuff. So Miles can get his questions answered, and we could all just learn together. So I'll see if that person is down. But if you're down, that would be dope.
Of course.
All right.
You want to close?
So yeah, thank you guys all for rocking with us on YouTube, the Facebook group. I was not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous about today being the first day we're using this program. We're using this we're actually live on the Facebook channel. So I was a little nervous about turnout, but you guys came through in force, and I love you for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Thank you, Jarrell, obviously, for being here.
I was about to say.
I'm just always gonna thank you. Thank you for doing this with me. You made this better.
Thank you for bringing it up, man. Love it. Love this shit. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all our vets. Thank you for all our vets. Thank you to all our vets. Thank you.
I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your night, a fantastic Friday.
Hey, share this show. If y'all really think today was a really great show, and I think it was a really great show, share the show. Send it to some people who normally wouldn't watch us. We gotta hurry up.
Post the YouTube channel, or don't post the YouTube. Well, you can post the YouTube channel, but I was gonna say share like the actual YouTube video, like be like, hey, check these guys out. They're doing stuff. Put a little nice note in there. You don't have to just share it. Put a little nice note to get people to come in because we're just trying to grow.
Appreciate it. Trying to get our subscriber count up. If you saw the show today and you're not subscribed, please do that for us. Again, thank you to all you beautiful people who come in our show week after week and enjoy and have conversations with us. We can't thank you guys enough for that, yo. This is genuinely the funnest part of the show. It's like having these big conversations with everybody. Zaydee, again, thank you for today. Thank you so much.
we're getting emotional. We're getting emotional and flustered. All the butt stuff talk kind of got us.
Yeah, please don't share this to my mom's page. I'd appreciate it.
We're sharing this directly to your mom. We're gonna find her, be like, "Did you know that Zaydee was
Zaydee out here power bombing people?"
Oh my God.
And with that, we're gonna say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.